How's everyone doing? Today I'll be doing a video doing a random horror Blu-ray shelf, and this will be random horror Blu-ray shelf number 3. And there is the complete horror Blu-ray collection right there. That tall IKEA shelf, which I think it's 6.5 feet tall total, and I need one more shelf, and I have enough to fill that complete shelf up because I have horror Blu-rays a little bit everywhere in the other room as well. And this is just the regular keep case Blu-rays. Doesn't include Arrow videos or Criterion or Steelbooks or Digibooks or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. And as always, if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. And here is horror Blu-ray shelf number 3. None of it is organized yet because I didn't want to organize anything until I had all my shelving. And I have to get 2 more full bookcases too. So I'll be doing that soon. But first up is John Dies at the End. This is kind of like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on acid. And I was able to get this signed up by a lot of people involved with the film, so that's pretty cool. And you can see the cast right there. Paul Giamatti, awesome. Actor's been around for a long time, big fan. And I think everybody did a great job in this movie. I would definitely recommend checking this one out. It was a crazy, fun thrill ride of a movie. Next up is Dawn of the Dead. I got that signed up by Tom Savini. And I believe this edition might actually be out of print. I know the Arrow one's been long out of print too. And I know this is out of print, Dead Alive. I picked this up for like $5 when it first came out, and now it goes for like ridiculous money. I kept the DVD too, because this is one that I watched. If it's like a movie that I watch all the time, I just keep the DVD even if I upgrade on Blu-ray. And it's just an all-time Splatter classic right there. I mean, this is probably one of my all-time favorite movies to just re-watch. Great Peter Jackson film. It's so interesting to see what he's gone on to do with his career. But definitely one of the goriest and bloodiest movies ever. Deadly Blessing, I love the heck out of this one. Great Wes Craven film, may he rest in peace. And this had such a great cast in here. You've got a young Sharon Stone right there. I remember there was apparently drama on set. You've got Michael Berryman, and you've got Ernest Borgnine right there too. But there's apparently you know, drama on set with the different girls. And they talk about it briefly in the special features. And this, I love the newly commissioned artwork for this as well. And this is one of the early ones where it has a couple twists at the end. And this was basically Sleepaway Camp before Sleepaway Camp as far as one of the twists involved. But love the heck out of that one. Definitely recommend that one. Very underrated. Dead Girl. I actually really enjoy this one. It was kind of crazy to think about morality-wise, but it's basically zombie rape. These 2 high school kids go into this abandoned building and they find this zombie girl naked and tied up, and they basically have sex with her. And it's crazy, and very good movie though. But yeah, it's, again, the morality issues come into play, and I really like the ending to it too. Daybreakers, which I love this movie. Great take on the vampire genre, sci-fi vampire. This is an Australian film as well, and love the cast. Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, Sam Neill, all excellent. Really love this movie. Next up is The Day. I love post-apocalyptic movies, and this was a really enjoyable one. And Shannon Sauceman has been my #1 celebrity crush for a long time now, and she's in here. And Ashley Bell is amazing. Really like her. I remember I first saw her in The Last Exorcism, which I know a lot of people didn't enjoy, but I really enjoyed the heck out of that movie. And I enjoy that one too. Next up is Julia's Eyes. And this one was super underrated, and I need to revisit this one and do a full review on it. I remember loving the heck out of this one and not hearing enough people talk about it. Next up is Joyride. Rest in peace, Paul Walker right there. And Steve Zahn and Lily Sobieski in here. And I always enjoyed this one. The sequels are terrible and basically unwatchable to me. But that one right there had some really good tense, thrilling moments. Deadly Spawn, the Millennium Edition. I know a lot of people kind of crapped on this one for the transfer. I thought the transfer was decent, and I thought it was definitely a step up from the DVD. And this is, I think this takes place in New Jersey, the setting for the movie. So I always enjoyed that one. It was a cheesy, fun one right there. Dead Silence. I do actually have the new US version. I picked that up. I got this a while ago. This was the UK edition, which was region free, and I do like that color cover, which is kind of different. So I might keep this one for that. But I did get the US one too, just because I love the movie. So creepy. Mary Shaw and dolls were one of the things that creeped me out a lot growing up as a kid. So doll horrors, I definitely am a fan of that if done correctly. Dead Sushi, just crazy, ridiculous outrageous horror comedy. It's a lot of fun. Death Ship, I remember watching this as a kid, and then I picked this up. I was really excited to rewatch it, and it definitely did not live up to my memory of it. George Kennedy and Richard Crenna, best part about it, the editing wasn't done well. It just, it didn't live up to hype for me, but I really did like the cast. The cast was the best part. They did good acting-wise of what they had to deal with. And Death Valley is one that I always watched as a kid, and this definitely lived up to the hype for me, or not the hype, but the memory of it, rather. And I watched this growing up, and I love the heck out of it still. And Peter Billingsley right there, young Stephen McHattie, who was excellent. You've got Wilford Brimley in here. Great cast in general. Edward Herrmann. So I would definitely recommend this one. It's kind of like a road trip slasher, if you will. And I love the ending. The twist to it is excellent. And I did a full movie review of this, so you can check that out on my channel. And Deep Blue Sea is such a fun, entertaining, cheesy movie. Love the cast in here. I can't say enough great things. I don't really like to say guilty pleasure, because I don't feel guilty about it. I love it. I know it's cheesy, and not everybody's into it, but I'm a big fan. Next up is a double feature of Deep Rising and the Puppet Masters. Puppet Masters kind of like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers-esque, you know, kind of alien invasion movie. Deep Rising, I remember being like a creature feature. I haven't seen it in a long time. And The Divide. Oh, I love this movie so much. I did a full movie review of this, so check that out on my channel. Very dark and twisted. It's kind of like Lord of the Flies in a basement, but with adults. Great cast in here. Just shows how people can be, their, you know, human nature when, you know, their backs are against the wall kind of thing, turning on each other. You know, they have to hide out in this basement right here after there's an attack on the city and a fallout, and, you know, they just kind of turn on each other. And it's just really crazy and raw, and I love it. Doll Man, 13 inches with an attitude. I love that tagline. Jackie Earle Haley and Tim Thomerson. He's basically, you know, an alien that's, you know, small, tiny, and comes to Earth, and he's looking for the villainous character. Dracula 2000. I remember Omar Epps, he did an interview where he said a couple movies that he did were just paycheck movies. Mod Squad and Dracula 2000. You know, hey, own it. That's cool. But I thought this one was entertaining. I saw it in theaters, and, you know, it's not the greatest, but I like the cast in here. Jennifer Esposito, so stunningly hot. Evil Aliens. You know, I gotta go through this. I didn't realize how much I've been talking already. Sorry. I'll go through this kind of quickly so I don't make this a super long video. Evil Speak, which I was able to get signed up right here. I remember this being so much fun. I need to revisit it. I remember the crazy pig scene. I was able to get this signed up by director Eric Weston, and again, Clint Howard. There he is right there. So, very cool. Happy about that. Remember watching that when I was younger. Jersey Shore Shark Attack, which was super cheesy, but I actually thought it was kind of entertaining in certain moments. They, you know, they were self-aware. They were having fun with it. I've seen other like Two-Headed Shark Attack, which was terrible. They should have gone more of the kind of like a self-aware comedic moment or aspect to it, because there were some really funny moments in here. It's not the greatest movie by any means, but I'm keeping it in here for just a few different parts of it that I did enjoy. Jacob's Ladder, fantastic, creepy movie. I remember seeing this as a kid, too. And young Macaulay Culkin was in here, too. Great cast. Next up is a double feature of Darkness and Below. I believe this is the only way you can get Below on Blu-ray. Definitely a creepy ghost movie on a sub. And it has Zach Galifianakis in there, too. And The Darkness is a fantastically underrated movie with Anna Paquin. Dawn of the Dead remake. Love this one. This is one I can just pop in anytime. I love the celebrity zombie shooting game. I thought that was celebrity lookalike zombie shooting game. I thought that was a lot of fun, and just a very great modern remake. I love the original, but this one, I know a lot of people crap on it, but it's great fast-paced zombie action. Dead Snow, classic right here. Love this great modern zombie movie. It's zombie killer Nazis. How can you not love it? Great comedic elements to it too. Dead Space Downfall, really enjoy this one. It kind of reminds me of Resident Evil and Event Horizon, but like animated. Love that one. Poker Night, which I still need to finish. I put it on and I fell asleep, and I need to finish this one. Next up is I Am Omega, another take on I Am Legend, the Richard Matheson novel. Low budget. It's not the greatest, but it does have Mark Dacascos on here. He did some martial arts films and stuff like that. Identity, love this one. Super tense and thrilling. Love the ending too. I know a lot of people didn't, but I enjoyed it. And I feel like this one deserves way more attention. I don't hear enough people talking about it. Immortality. And this is a vampire movie with Jude Law. Intruders, I was loving this one. Such creepiness and atmosphere to it, but then the ending, it kind of brought it down for me personally. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, classic right there. This one is definitely one of the better remakes as well. Next up is, I believe this is the Taiwanese release for Inside. I love this movie. One of my favorite modern horror movies, and my favorite of the French extreme horror movies as well. And next up is Insidious, which I was able to get signed up by a bunch of people involved with the film, cast and crew. And I like Poltergeist way better. It definitely reminds me a lot of that. Next up, I Spit on Your Grave, the remake, which I thought was really good. I actually prefer this over the original. And Sarah Butler, the lead actress, signed right on her butt. Thank you for that. Great advertising right there and marketing. I was able to get this all signed up as well. Really happy about that. Next up is House of Dark Shadows, kind of gothic vampire. And again, it was based on the TV show that they had for a long running. I was able to get this signed up as well. And next up is House of a Thousand Corpses. Oh, I love this one. This is my favorite Rob Zombie movie by far. I was able to get it signed up by Sid Haig, who has one of the more unique signatures right there. And next up is House of Wax. I did enjoy this one as well for a remake. It was entertaining and fun, and you gotta love Paris Hilton's part in it too. But yeah, I liked it. I know a lot of people crap on it, but I thought it was entertaining. Kill Zombie, which I still need to check out. Just Before Dawn, one of my favorite slashers, the prototypical backwoods slasher, definitely influenced the genre. George Kennedy, great cast there. I think everybody did a great job, and I love that eerie like theme throughout. Just totally gets me every time. The Haunting of Whaley House, The Haunting Connecticut, creepy and atmospheric, but the ending again was a little bit too Hollywood, but still pretty decent overall. Next up is Halloween 2, one of the best sequels out there, horror movie wise, and this is the Universal release that has Terror in the Aisles, and I'm keeping it because I believe the Scream Factory edition does not. And next up is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Love this movie. I think it gets unfair criticism because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, but this is a fantastic Halloween themed horror movie. Next up is Halloween 5, which I was able to get signed up by a few people involved with the film. The Revenge of Michael Myers. There's young Danielle Harris right there. Hands of the Ripper. This is a nice Synapse release. Harpoon, the Whale Watching Massacre. This is one that when I first watched I wasn't a big fan, but I rewatched it and definitely grew on me a lot. Has Gunnar Hansen in there. May he rest in peace. Next up is Hatchet. Oh, one of my favorite modern slashers. Great throwback to like 80s slashers. Kane Hodder was fantastic, and as Victor Crowley, and then I was able to get signed up by Adam Green, the director, and he signs for free, which is super awesome. So very happy about that. Next up is Hatchet 2. Got this for $5 at Kmart. Not the biggest fan of this one. Really, it has two amazing kills, and besides that, and Danielle Harris, I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was definitely the weakest in my opinion of the trilogy, but those two kills are epic and worth owning just for those. Hatchet 3, which I was able to get signed up by a whole bunch of people involved with the film. There's Kane Hodder right there's Victor, Caroline Williams, Adam Green, and I believe there's another signature down there on the back. I thought this one was just, if you're a fan of the franchise, you'll really appreciate it. Just so many characters from the previous films are in here. Heartless, super underrated. I want to do a full movie review of this as well. I don't hear anybody really ever talking about it. Apollo 18, love this one. Great found footage movie. Again, it's a sci-fi horror. I know a lot of people weren't a fan of it, but I really enjoyed the heck out of it. Probably, definitely in my top 5 found footage horror movies. I'm not a big fan of the genre at all. I did a full movie review of this forever ago. Check that out on my channel if you'd like. Next up is AVP, the first Alien vs. Predator movie, which I love this one. It was a lot of fun, and it's something I was looking forward to. I didn't like the sequel at all. I thought the sequel was terrible. And I was able to get this signed up by Lance Henriksen. I remember I posted a picture of this on Facebook, and I don't know if it was him himself or like just some PR people that he has, but his page for his book liked it, and I think they commented and said, oh, that's cool, or something like that. So that was neat. American Mary from the Soska sisters, definitely the best thing that they've done by far. Love this film. I was really disappointed in See No Evil 2. Everything seemed to have been, that was like their first studio film, and they had so much going on. Like they're great directors still, even though I wasn't a big fan of the film. Amazing cast. So I was just let down in general by See No Evil 2. Ju-On White Ghost, Ju-On Black Ghost. And this is from the creator and producer of The Grudge. And then I Spit on Your Grave 2, which I still need to check out. I know they put out a third one as well. And next, which is last but not least, is Prison. I hate this cover art though. I think that doesn't really even look like him. It just, every time I see it, it just kind of bothers me. And Kane Hodder actually did, I think he was like a stunt coordinator on this film. So it was nice to get this signed up though. I do remember watching this when I was younger. And this was definitely one of the earlier films I remember seeing Viggo Mortensen in too. And I thought this was definitely still very good and lived up to my memory of it. And a nice release from Scream Factory. So there you go. There is Random Horror Blu-ray Shelf number 3. And again, if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.